Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I know I look horrid, but I really wanted to come on and do a Dear Diary for you guys. And so I'm going to do it regardless. Because what's more important than how I look is what I'm about to say. This whole entire week I've been getting the message to talk about obeying. And I was actually instructed to obey this week myself. And so that's very interesting. So I'm going to say, children, please obey your parents. I don't expect children to watch my channel, so I'm going to say, parents, please tell your children that they need to obey. And it's really important. When I say obey, I don't mean, hey, I told you to throw out the garbage and you decide that you're playing a last game of video games instead. Or I told you it's time to go bathe and you decided that you're eating dinner now, or something like that. I don't mean like that. You don't do that. When I say obey, I mean right now. So if I say jump, you jump now. You don't jump 5 minutes later. You don't jump 10 minutes later. You jump now. So when I'm saying this, you need to obey your parents. There's a story behind it. Obviously, we're all kids. We all grew up. And we don't always obey our parents. My story is about a time that I didn't obey my mom. And because I didn't obey my mom, something happened. And now, when your parents tell you to do something, it may not make logical sense to you. It may not make logical sense to anyone else at the time. But your parent has a reason why they told you what to do. I can't stress enough, guys. Obey your parents. Parents, focus on having your children obey you. Work on that. Like, literally work on it. I'm working on it because I need to learn to obey within myself too. And I need my kids to make sure that they obey. And like I said, it doesn't mean obey 5 minutes later. It doesn't mean obey 10 minutes, whatever. No, it means obey now. So, my story. Dear Diary. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I was a very mature 7 or 8 years old. I loved to read. Like, I was a good kid overall. Till that point, I was a great kid, actually, to be honest. Like, I obeyed most of the time. My mom wanted to go to church. I don't remember what day it was. It was during the week. I don't know if it was a Thursday or a Monday. I don't remember that particular information. But my mom wanted to go to church, and we had to get some plumbing done in our kitchen. We lived at Finch and Pearldale. I think it was the 3rd floor. I can't remember now, or maybe it was the 4th floor, something like that. But it was at Finch and Pearldale, a building at Finch and Pearldale. This Caucasian plumber came to our house, and my mom wanted me to go to church with her. And I said to her, oh, Mom, no, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go to church. Because it's not church. It wasn't Sunday. It was literally like her going for prayer meeting or something. I don't know what they were doing at church. So I begged her and begged her, can I please stay? Can I please stay? She said, finally, if you stay, you need to stay in your room. And don't offer any help. Don't go and ask any questions. Stay in your room. So I said, okay. I'm going to stay in my room. That was the directive my mother gave me. Stay in your room. Do not go and offer help. That was the directive. Okay. My mom left. The plumber was there. The plumber came while my mom was there, and my mom left. The plumber was working on our kitchen sink. I was given the direction to stay in my room. I got bored. I was playing with my paper dolls. And I decided, let me go see what plumbing's all about, because I was a very inquisitive child. Sorry, guys. I have only told this story to a handful of people. So for me to really be putting it out there, it's like, wow. Okay. It's a great breakthrough, but it's hard. So I went outside to offer my help to this plumber. And I remember I was in socks and my nightgown. And I said, can I help you with something? Like, is there any way that I could assist you, whatever? And the guy looked at me And I guess he was shocked to see that I was there because he knows my mom left. But I guess in a sense, maybe he was happy. I don't know. And he said to me, yeah, for sure, yeah. So I said, okay, cool. Let me help. And anyhow, what was I saying? Yeah, so my mom told me to obey and, yeah, stay in the room. So I went and offered help, and the guy said, yeah, sure, he could use help. So I said, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys a better view because it seems dark. Anyhow, so he said, okay. Look, I think I'm sweating. Yeah. Let me wind down the window. Oh, and the music's playing. It's kind of hot. Oh, nope, that makes it worse. Okay. There we go. So he said I could hold a flashlight for him. Yeah, I'll wind on the back windows. So he said I could hold a flashlight for him. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was holding the flashlight for him. So when I was holding the flashlight for this man, he, making small talk, whatever. Cool. I'm having conversation. He told me he had 2 girls about my age. And so I was like, oh, nice. Like, whatever. I'm how old? I don't know. So I said, oh, that's nice. Whatever. I felt a hand. I'm not going to say a hand. I felt something caress my inner thigh. And, I kind of froze. Okay, maybe I'm jumping. Hold on, I'm jumping. When he told me to hold the flashlight, he told me, hold it still. Don't move. Don't shake. Stay still. Hold it very steady, right to the spot. And I did. And as I'm standing there, we're talking, whatever, making small talk. And then I felt something caress my inner thigh. And I was like, so I stopped. And when I stopped, and when I stopped, it was kind of like a pause, right? Like I'm paused. Like, I don't know, maybe I just misunderstood what I just felt. Like, what was that, right? So anyways, I ignored it and continued to hold the flashlight. Then I felt it again. So this time I was like, what? And I shifted my body, like, basically I said, okay, maybe I'm in his way. So I moved to try and be away from him, but still hold the flashlight. But of course, if you're moving, the flashlight's going to move. And this man literally kind of scolded me, like, I told you to hold the flashlight still. I'm like, sorry. But, I'm 7 or 8 at the time, and my mind's processing what's going on as fast as I can. Like, okay, I know I felt a caress in my thigh. Like, why is his hand in my thigh? Like, okay, I thought I was in the way. I moved out the way. Whatever. He did it again, but this time when he put his hand between my legs, he touched my vagina, like panty. My panty was there, but he touched that area. Guys, I dropped that flashlight. Like, dropped the flashlight. I didn't give 2 shits. I dropped the flashlight and I ran to my room. And I shut the door. And, all thoughts were going through my head. I remember sitting back on my bed and I started playing with my paper dolls. But as I'm playing with paper dolls, I'm thinking, what just occurred? Oh my God, and I'm panicking because I'm wondering, is this guy going to come in my room or something? Like, what is he going to do right now? Like, what's going to happen? Because I don't know how to handle a situation like this. I've never been confronted with a situation like this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, should I have kicked him in his face? Like, I think I should have, but I should have kicked him in his face. But anyways, and then, of course, I'm mad because my mom told me to stay in my room. So he continued working. He didn't do anything else. He continued working, and my sister came home. Thank God, right? So my sister comes home with a whole bunch of her friends too. So, they're loud, rowdy, whatever it can be. My room door was shut because when I ran in my room, I shut my door. she came in, she opened my door, she said whatever, whatever, left my door open. When the man was done doing what he was doing, she told him something was wrong with the washroom. So he has to walk he has to walk through the hallway to get to the washroom. So he walked, and of course he looked, and you know, we made eye contact, and I'm sitting on my bed, and he walks by and goes into the washroom, and I'm like kind of having like a panic attack. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to react. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, should I just go out there and tell my sister? Like, what am I supposed to do? I wasn't an aggressive child, so it's not like I was gonna cuss him. Like, I was, you know, I learned, like, okay, you're supposed to have respect for adults, like, you know, respect your elders, and all this stuff. So I didn't know how to react. Anyhow, my mom comes home, and I remember I sat her down at the dining room table, and I'm in tears now. I'm like, Mom, this man touched me. His hand rubbed against my vagina, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that was me. Like, I was bawling, and I was in tears, and I'm crying, and I'm crying, and I'm crying. I was a very smart 7-year-old, and my mom said to me, "You probably misunderstood." And I'm like crying, like, I didn't misunderstand, and she's like, "No, you probably misunderstood. You probably just rolled up against you by accident, whatever." And she left, and she went to bed. And I remember I sat at the table, and I bawled, and I bawled, and I bawled. And you know, I didn't understand in the moment, but my mom's not a confrontational person. And what was she supposed to do? She left me home alone. So that was a negative. She left me home alone. He was a Caucasian man. I'm a black girl. So that's another negative. Not negative in my eye, but negative with real society. So what was she supposed to do, really? I think what she didn't understand, that in that moment, I didn't want my mom to fight or, you know, go sue him or something like that. That's not what I was looking for as a child. What I wanted was my mom to, hug me and tell me it's okay and it's not my fault. And because she didn't do that, our relationship became really bad. And I blame my mom all these years, saying, you know, she didn't console me properly, when really and truly it was my fault because I disobeyed her. So it wasn't until I had my first child that this burden of anger or whatever that I held on to all the years growing up. So he'd be like, "Oh, why are you being so rude to your mom?" Da, 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't until I got older. Let me explain. I wasn't rude. Like, I wasn't one of those people that would be like swearing at my mom or anything like that. I knew my lines, my boundaries, my limitations. But there would be times that you could just tell that I was just upset. If that makes any sense. And it's like, why are you upset like that? Anyhow, that's that. It ruined our relationship. And that's all because I was a child that decided to be a disobedient. So, learn from my mistake. And let's obey our parents. Let's obey our elders when they're in the right. Or as long as they're not telling you to like jump off a bridge or something. But yeah, let's obey. Let's work on our obedience, guys, and hopefully avoid causing distant relationships between our loved ones and having situations that could be avoided, because that's pretty much what this was, a situation that could have been avoided. Anyhow, hopefully someone learned from this. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on Thursday with my lock video. Ciao.